Hello everybody, and welcome to the first weekly of Patch 4.1 here in America. I'm your host for today, Sumi, and joining me today is our guest, Turtle.
Yes. Hello. Hello everyone, my name is Turtle, and I'm pretty excited for this new patch with all the new character cards. But first, with a new patch comes a new patch schedule for this tournament week.
Yes,
So here
yes,
we go.
starting off of the week, obviously, is today at 8 p.m. EDT is our Americas tournament. And tomorrow, if you join us at 6 p.m. CEST, is going to be the tournament for Europe. And then finally, closing out the week on October 1st, 2 p.m. GST, will be our Asia tournament. And obviously, you can find our full tournament schedule in our Discord server, discord.gg/GITCG, if you scroll down to the Tournaments tab.
Yep. And we'll be doing our classic weekly tournament format, 5 rounds, best one to Swiss. Players only bring one deck, which will lead up to the majors, which you will be able to join if you do well in the weekly tournaments.
Yes, yes, and the Majors is super exciting because not only are you competing with the best of the best, the top performers from the past 4 weeks, but you also have a chance to win up to 50 USD in in-game purchases, so that's super exciting. And
Mm-hmm.
now, moving on from all of that boring formality, obviously because it's 4.1, we have exciting new toys to play with. Turtle, I'm going to let you go first. Which one of our new cards, character or action card, are you most excited for?
Dude, I'm really excited for Wanderer. Like, his skill alone is a entirely new mechanic. It allows him to do damage to a character on standby. This is a completely new gameplay mechanic that hasn't been seen before, since usually we're always used to the opponent attacking our active character, and then maybe you have reactions that will do damage to the standby, such as piercing or electrocharge. But usually they don't just directly attack the character on standby, so that'll be a new thing to play around.
Yeah, like with Wander, this adds like a whole different dimension of threat to decks. Usually, decks only have to worry about the character they have out front, so they can do a lot of like swap stalling things. But with Wander now, you now have to worry about which order your standby character is in, because like he could swap in Leave It to Me and normal attack, like do 3 damage and potentially snipe them from off field. So that's quite dangerous. Like obviously
Yeah.
we've seen cards like Wind and Freedom. It's changed now, but I mean there's a new arcane version of it. Anyways, I digress. We've seen how cards like Wind and Freedom that ignore core gameplay staples and like how devastating they can be. So I think Wander's we'll have to see how he fits in the meta. There have been cards that look strong on paper before that haven't quite been able to find their place, but I think his off-field mechanic might just help him stick out from the rest.
Mm-hmm. Are
As
there
for,
any new cards you're excited for?
for me, it has to be the Wyndham Freedom rework. Like I know it's basically Crane, and Crane is not very good, but this card is funny. All right, it's funny because Kaya Icicles they activate every time you swap off your character, and if you combine Wind and Freedom with Crane and some type of swapping card like Kenki Talent, Coaching Stiletto, or Leave It to Me, you could theoretically do 10 damage with a single action. It's not very good because it requires lots of setup and you burn a lot of resources and dice for it, but I think it's funny and I'm always down for the funny.
That's true. Winning in style is pretty cool.
You know what? That's true. I
Yeah,
mean,
just unleash the skill and then constantly swap.
yeah, like on another note though, I've noticed that Shenhe hasn't been nerfed, and like with Scaramouche or slash Wanderer being introduced to the game now, like do you think Shenhe Double Anemo will have like a resurgence?
Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah, I think that might be a possibility. Yeah, I've also heard of people using an evil, Wanderer with a cryo character and a hydro character.
Yeah, because one of the downsides of Shenhe Double Anemo was that like you couldn't get the first swirl off, but now with Wander being able to attack off field, that might not be a problem anymore. Speaking of though, here it is. Game 1, Leo against Cheesy. Leo is our famous renowned Eula enjoyer. Managed to bring Eula to majors and did quite well. Cheesy is another staple. I remember playing a Shenhe Double Anemo mirror match back in 3.8. And they've replaced Venti slash Sucrose with Wander. Like, we were talking about that off-field swirl potential. We'll get to see that in action right now.
Yeah, though, there's currently... Oh yeah, the skill attacks the on-field character first.
Yeah,
So-
like, it's kind of like Tartaglia's skill, I suppose. Like, you get the prepare skill, like, you slap them, then you get the special buff.
Yeah, and then you can just immediately attack the off-field character, which will slow too.
Oh
It's
yeah, that's
interesting that-
true, because the Cheesy has turn priority now, and then both of Leo's characters have Crowd, so like, he can attack again and get another swirl off.
Yeah.
That's quite
So
cool.
if they switch to Wanderer,
Oh, no, never mind.
it
Leo
would
has turn
make
priority.
the off-attack character, the standby character Mona now.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
Yeah,
Ooh,
and here's
there we go.
the other Wanderer deck, the Anemo Mona
Wait,
Cryo.
I just saw Leo gain an Animo dice after causing a reaction. Don't tell me Leo is running instructors. Can
I
you get a-
think so.
If we can have someone pull that up real quick, I think that's an instructors, and if it is, that is cooking. I don't know if it's good cooking yet, but it is cooking.
Yeah, I feel that is popping out as an option.
Decides not to. Okay. I mean, like, now Cheesy's Wander has burst, and then now whichever character Leo swaps to is in danger. Never
Or you
mind the
burst
Uno
down
reverse
the
card with
Anemo.
Calc's Arts. Yep, manages to snipe Cheesy's Wanderer. And early in round 2, this is going to put a huge dent into Cheesy's game plan, forced onto just Shenhe and Xiao, and against a freeze deck that's quite dangerous, because they can easily get double frozen, and like you have to pass your turn on quite a lot of dice. And on Leo's deck, that is indeed instructors. My guy is cooking.
Oh, it was a somewhat popular choice for double and evil decks back in 3.3.
Yeah, back in the day, because like Sucrose would swirl quite a lot. Like you do a reaction, then you pull a character, and then because like how Sucrose and swirl works, like they would always have an element. They like skill again. You get quite a lot of value off it. Cheesy deciding to cast turn on 6. That's not good. Are they not able to Shenhe burst? They do have it ready.
And they do have 3 cards, but it might not be good to queue on a
Ooh,
card
zoning
again.
contracts too. Okay. And Leo responding with Barnhart. So yeah, looking at Cheesy's deck though, it's pretty standard for a Shenhe Double Anemo deck. You have like a lot of dice fixers because, I mean, this deck is very
Die.
skill reliant, so you gotta get good dice or else. Running
Yeah.
Libin, zoning contracts, quite standard as their ramp options. And then Fresh Wind and Freedom as well to just continue the combo.
Yep. And other standards you see in the deck, like Anemo Resonance, Quick Swaps.
Yeah, I think the one thing to point out though is that this deck is running no changing shifts in that it's choosing to run Mushroom Pizza over Hash Browns.
Ooh.
like,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
an interesting choice.
Mushroom Pizza does heal more, but Hash Brown comes out faster, so it's like technically another Lotus. So it'd be quite interesting to see why Cheesy chose it. Maybe it's like against stall matchups where that 1 health matters more, and then in more aggressive matchups, Cheesy just is confident that they'll get the kills first. Yeah, Cheesy's just gonna set up the Shenhe Burst, pretty standard. Unfortunately, this does allow Leo to get off another swirl. Now we'll see if Cheesy decides to swap to Xiao and skill. Won't be lethal on Wander because they're not running Tandoris. That's something to note. Instead of choosing to do Adeptus, probably for the 11 damage Wanderer Burst. Unfortunately, didn't manage to get it off this game because Leo managed to snipe him with a Calx Burst of their own.
Mm-hmm.
On the other... Ooh, okay, just going for the Shenhe skill instead. This is fine, it lowers Wanderer's health, but it does leave Xiao open to getting smacked. On the other hand, if Cheesy did swap to Xiao, it would leave him vulnerable to a fast swap Eula freeze.
Wait, but Leo doesn't have a fast swap on hand right now.
Yeah. We know Leo doesn't have it, but I mean, Cheesy needs to be aware of it, because Xiao is the majority of the damage, especially with everyone having cryo on them, and
That's true.
And Shenhe having her quills and burst up.
A swap to Eula, a fast swap to Eula, which freezes your main damage.
Yeah, it would be
devastating.
It would be devastating this turn, especially because this is the turn where Cheesy has all the ramp. It is still now Cheesy's turn though. Both sides are even on dice. Ooh. By the way Cheesy's playing, it looks like they don't have a fast swap, but I want to know if one of the cards in their hand is a Gambler's. Oh, they did have a fast swap, okay. Probably just wanted to set up the double quills then in that case. So they can do 3 damage swirls, bring Mona to 3 and Eula down to 4.
Yep.
That would make it so every one of Leo's characters is within lethal range for Xiao. Oh, Gamblers too, that's pretty huge.
Hey.
Yeah, okay.
They're gonna get lost to die soon.
If Cheesy skills here, it brings Mona down to 1-shot with a skill and Eula down to 1-shot with a burst, assuming Leo doesn't have food, which we know he does have. We can see one in his hand right now. Although whether that's Pizza or Lotus, I'm not too sure.
Yeah. So Cheesy does look like they do have lost characters. With that Gambler's, they might easily be able to whittle down the other characters quite fast, especially with the Icy Quill setup.
Yep, there we go. Mona down to 2, Eula down to 4. That is within 1-shot range of a burst. And on top of that, there's also Shenhe summon to contend with. It is a hash brown. Ooh, Leo choosing not to eat. This could be dangerous, because Mona is very bad at 1v1 situations.
Yeah.
Does
Mona
eat.
has no energy either.
There's no energy, can't burst. Does have Ito though. Does choose to play it. Just gonna get that burst ready. There we go.
Right.
And a bonk. This does mean Mona is within lethal range of a swirl, which means Cheesy will get 2 reset, which means Cheesy can skill again. Plays a Lotus, okay. I'm not sure if I agree with that, because Shenhe is more than enough, but it's fine. Played on the safe end. There you go. Bye-bye, Mona.
Yep, I think that's game.
I also think that's game, because with just Fresh Wind and Freedom, it's impossible for Leo to break through. Normal attack, there we go. And then Zhao will just skill again.
Yep, Zhao's just gonna lethal Eula.
Yeah, and that will be game, but even if Cheesy didn't have enough dice, Shenhe summon would have been more than enough, and obviously with 2 characters left alive, it doesn't matter if Leo summoned did infinite damage, Shenhe would have survived regardless and would have been their game. But GG's, Leo did a good job of sniping Cheesy's Wanderer early, but Cheesy did a great job of just getting Shenhe set up and doing big swirl damage, and we can see why Shenhe Double Anima was so popular early on in 3.8.
Yep. So I do believe we will be sliding into another game soon enough.
Yes, yes. We will soon TM. Ooh, I'm curious how many Wanderer decks that there are this week, though. I assume he'd be a pretty popular character because he's annoying game mechanics. Oh, here we go. Shenhe SC. And
with Wanderer.
Yeah, like this is another Wanderer deck, but using Venti instead. That is interesting.
Oh, I love seeing Venti.
Yeah, Venti, like, obviously gives the free swaps with his skills. Like, maybe they're choosing to run Venti because, like, Wander already has 3 damage base, so they don't feel the need for Xiao.
Yeah.
Like, that could potentially be the reason. And obviously, we've just seen Mayumi get their Shenhe Burst sent off, so that's going to be a huge delay in their pressure. It's not quite over yet, because they could also fast swap Cryora's skill onto Shenhe. Or Chongyun. Choosing to go Shenhe, though.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well, I suppose if Shenna is needed in this round for Mayumi's team, they could get an I haven't lost
wait,
yet on Arbin.
Mayumi could play Fresh Wind and Freedom, lethal to Shenhe, and then do Bestest Burst to reset the summon.
Ooh.
But with no Raiden summon, it might not be the best course of action. But I think you might need it to buff Chongyun later on, so you can do 5 damage skills. I think that's the route I would go. Oh wait, is there not? No, there should be enough damage because Shenhe summon does 1 base, so skill does 2 base. It should be just barely enough. The only problem I see though is if you do that, Wander comes in. Ooh, chooses not to do Fresh Wind and Freedom. Okay.
Alright, no burst for them.
Just the one issue I see here is Wander comes in. No, because can't Wander come in. Wander comes in, gets a swirl. Shenhe doesn't get lethaled, and then they get burst for free. Does choose to go for Wander though. I mean, Wander's 1 off, so could skill and then burst, and it would essentially guarantee lethal on at least 1.
Okay. Yep, does attack the off-field character.
Ooh, game crash. Alt tab. It is gone.
Rest in peace.
Unfortunate. I mean, we'll figure out how that game goes around soon enough. We'll find out. But yeah, like, as I was saying earlier, like, I assume Wander would be relatively popular, because, like, his ignore core game mechanics thing, you can attack off-field characters. I think this might also open up different decks where, like, I don't know, you do Vaporizes off-field or something, which would be quite fun. Or do Melts off-field, and, like, I don't know, it can open up a new dynamic of decks.
We've also seen attempts to use freeze off-field, like with.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yep, with Eula.
I think, like, the thing though is that Shenhe double Anemo is the main thing I've been seeing here. Quite a lot of decks, because Wander ignores. I mean, it kind of gets rid of the problem Shenhe double Anemo used to have, where because Shenhe is your only crowd provider, and without burst, it's like she has no application other than skill, which only applies 1 crowd. It was really hard to get off a swirl unless you went first and then did like a fast swap skill with either Xiao or Sucrose. But now with Wander being able to attack off field, it makes it a lot easier to get those 2-3 damage swirls, which the deck is well known for.
So you can just attack their off-field character if they swap, and if they still remain on their on-field character, you can just use the skill.
Yep, and here in this game against.
So you can attack both the on-field and off-field character pretty easily. Well, unlike the previous double Amiibo character, if they just swapped, no more swirls for you.
Yeah, like, there goes your game plan. You're forced like normal on Shenhe or skill twice, which like leaves her massively vulnerable for reactions, which isn't very good. Here in this game, the Code Blue just got their Shenhe Burst sent off, which is quite bad because that's a lot of resources they invested, and like which also gives Rissa the turn advantage. Ooh, Rissa also applied full cryo infusion, full cryo or on Code Blue side. Didn't choose to go for the Wander fast swap attack, which they did have the option for. I do believe Wander has a stack of his Wind Favored. Code Blue choosing to swap over onto their Wanderer side. That is a weapon equipped, though. I don't know what it is. I assume Atlas, just given that it has an active component. I doubt it's sacrificial, because Wanderer doesn't want to use his skill that often. There we go.
Oh yeah.
Here's some normals.
This is actually a rematch. They already played their set and they're doing a...
Oh,
we
Fresh Wind
went
and
for
Freedom! And just Star Signs Burst. Oh, that is a combo
Ooh.
if I've ever seen one. Damn, that is spicy. And then I Code Blue left on just Sucrose will eventually get chipped down. I do want to know what weapon they're using though. Let me see if I can find the deck list. Ooh, it does not look like they're actually participating. Not here they are. Took a while to find it. It is Skyward Atlas. Okay. Yeah, that way Wanderer can do 5 damage normals when he gets his wind favored state. That's quite spicy. Very spicy.
Yeah.
Okay, there's the I Haven't Lost Yet. Recently, I mean, not recently, but changed last patch where you can only use it once per turn now. Not quite the comeback mechanic as it was before. Skill, no swirl, unfortunately. Both sides with no dice, unless that is a woven on Code Blue's hand. Oop, didn't have dice for it either way. And I feel like this game is going to be finished quite fast.
Yeah.
I think the one thing to point out in Rissa's deck is that they're choosing to run Star Signs. Most decks don't choose to run that card. Quite a heavy commitment, because it's 2 dice, which is quite heavy. But like, I think I can see why they chose to use it though, because like with Wanderer, you obviously have to skill once to get the win favored state. And then you would attack again for 3 damage swirls, which would put you on a second stack of energy. So with Star Signs, that means like you can immediately burst as your next action.
Yeah. You can snipe a character for when the opponent might not expect.
Yeah, because like
So-
the swirls are quite hefty. Like they do 3 damage with full Shenhe setup, which is quite hefty, on top of like Wanderer's own 3 base damage. So you can really get rid of the components, and with Fresh Wind and Freedom, as we just saw in that game, you get your 2 stacks of energy from Skill Normal, Fresh Wind and Freedom to like reset the turn, and then Star Signs Burst to snipe an opposing character. Quite a strong combo.
Yeah.
I would love to see if more decks are running it, or whether or not they've chosen other options.
We did see Leo one Calc's art on Leo's
Yeah,
Eula deck.
the Eula deck. Yeah, we did see that. Other than Wander though, is anyone using Dehya or Yaoyao? That's what I'm seeing a lot of Wanders on the deck list. Not seeing any Yaoyaos. Oh, there is one Yaoyao. Oh, using Dehya as well.
There's a Dehya babe and a Burgan Dehya. So I like to see one of the decks is possible.
Yeah, that is quite a spicy deck. Ooh. Anyways, while I keep looking, we can do a bracket check. Let's see who's won their very first game of the new patch. Doo-doo. Coming soon, TM. Ooh, oh, there's another Dehya deck here. The Raiden and Pyration. Oh, speaking of Fatui cards, there's been a recent change to Sisson Mage. I think before, whenever your team took any elemental reaction, Sisson Mage would lose 1 stack on the Sisson flies. But now it has been changed where you only lose stacks if Sisson Mage is the one who took damage.
Ooh.
It's gonna be quite huge. Boost some Sisson Mage usage, so she can be the cryo official we all hoped she would be.
Yeah, Previously, I did hear of her being used somewhat sometimes in Hu Tao Blacks.
Yeah, there's
But
a Hutao Sisson Ancient deck that was quite popular early on in 3.8. It's fallen off a bit though, because it loses pressure quite fast. It
I
did have a lot
see.
of FTK lines though.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, maybe there'll be a resurgence soon. Soon TM.
Oh yeah, Tartaglia also got back, which is pretty interesting considering we
Oh
did
right. Yeah.
saw him do well in different tournaments
Yeah,
before
Tartaglia's
the buff.
Tartaglia's thing is, or sorry, what is it called? Riptide stacks? I believe it's Riptide. The Riptide
Right.
stacks are now infinite instead of just lasting 2 turns. And his
Ooh.
range burst has been changed to 5 damage, which is rather spicy. Oh, and his talent got buffed too. It's now 3 Hydro dice, so you don't even need to pay extra to use it.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Is it pretty worth running now? It
I
sounds.
mean, I don't know. There was a child deck that popped up. It wasn't really popular, but it was quite decent. It was a double Pyro child deck. I think that deck was quite strong because it allowed you to do a lot of early pressure turns 1 and 2 with Child's Riptide stacks and like his melee form and his charge attack mechanic, but then like it was never really mainstream popular. So it's hard to say how these changes will affect him. He's stronger for sure, but he does require a lot of field time to apply the Riptide, which is the main
Hmm.
issue here.
So he has to be kept alive enough to do those things.
But yeah, like if you let him be, he's for sure gonna be pretty dangerous because he does 3 base, but like now he also gets to deal piercing damage. So, I mean, he's not the worst character, but he's also not the strongest.
Mm.
He exists. That's all I can really say.
He is
Child is a
certainly a
character
card
that
that
exists.
exists. Yes, he is indeed a character card. Just like any other character card.
Yes, out of all of the numerous character cards, Tartaglia is one of them.
Yes. Alright, I think
Anyways,
we do have a deck listed coming to reveal.
yes, we have a quite spicy deck list coming right up. This is a Burgeon Dehya list from Fulano, and a Dehya Vape deck by Glaciana. Starting
Ooh.
first with the Dehya Burgeon, I think the strategy is probably revolving around setting up Kokomi Summon and then getting Yaogui out, followed up by Dehya Summon. What is it even called again? I'll get the name eventually.
Fiery Centrum Field.
Very intense name. And on top of that, Fiery Sanguine Field also reduces the damage you take if Dehya is above 7 health. It reduces your character's damage by 1 and transfers it to Dehya instead. So that's quite an interesting mechanic. And like
Yeah.
looking at their list, it looks like they're trying to maximize the healing aspect of the deck with cards like General's Ancient Helm and Favonia's Cathedral. Also running a
And
lot
all
of
the
food.
characters do have the potential to heal with Yaoyao and Kokomi as well.
Yeah, I think the card to point out though is Yaoi Nanas. My Japanese is terrible. Nanatsuki, I believe. For those of you who don't know, this card acts as a Master Zhang for artifacts, where on initial use, or I mean on initial deployment, it will reduce the cost of your artifact by 1, and then for every subsequent artifact, it will reduce the cost by 1 again.
Well, I think they're really trying to set up all their characters with artifacts here. Or at
Yeah,
least two of them.
they're even running like Joyous Celebration to reduce reaction damage, so full stall package on this one.
Yeah. And
On the
even
other
a
hand,
extra General Asian's helm.
Glaciano's deck is quite interesting. There's like a variety of things here. Like they're running the one off the Bell, one off Vortex Vanquisher. They're even running one off Heart of Depth and Jade Chamber. Heart of
They're
Depth and
running all
Jade Chamber are
bundle.
cards like you never see.
Yeah, I do think I've seen a bit more artifact cards like that in the Venti Z deck, which is
Yeah, the
Venti
Saramona
Mona.
Venti.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think like this deck quite interesting because like you have Oceanid and then you have Dehya, so you can get like the it's not quite 9. Xiangling did 9, so this is like 8 damage Vapor or 8 damage end phase with full board summons and assuming George procs. And then after you have all of that set up, like you have Candace come over with VV and Tenacity as your finisher to do big damage. Like I can certainly see where this deck is coming from. Like you can outlast your opponent with cards like Mondstadt and Hydro Res. I think the one card though to point out is that they're using Nature and Wisdom as their only draw option, not playing Liven or changing shifts. Like Nature and Wisdom is a card that's not commonly seen because like it only draws you one, but its mulligan effect can be quite strong. Like if you have a completely useless
Yeah.
hand, like a turn 1, double leave it to me, I haven't lost yet. Like you can replace that for 3 potentially useful cards like Tenacity.
Just eat them all out. If your mulligan didn't work, now you can double mulligan.
Yeah,
Ooh.
basically. Does cost dice though,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But yeah, like these are quite interesting deck concepts, and I'm excited to see how well they do.
Mhm.
I think that with
It's always
Yag,
interesting to see different decks instead of the usual.
yeah, I think like with Yaoyao though, we might be seeing more Quicken decks, which is quite exciting. Quicken is like fading in and out of the meta from time to time. There was like a point where Nahida Quicken was quite popular and then kind of faded out, so I want to know if Yaoyao is like the trigger for another Quicken resurgence.
Alright. I
But
think
yeah,
we're on to looking at the statistics of
yeah, it's time for bracket review, our favorite time. Let's see which peoples have gotten their first wins, and this will also give us a chance to cross-reference it with our deck list to see which decks are performing well right now.
no, I think we're doing stats.
Oh, stats. I got confused. But yeah, alright, let's take a look. I'm always down for stats. I want to know Wander pick percentage. I'm betting it's like at least 70%. I'm
We have
confident
seen
it's
a
at
lot
least
of double
70%.
yeah, we have seen a lot of Wonder decks already. Like the first match had Wonder against Wonder, and the second match we looked at was at Wanderer. Oh, it's 20%.
Oh, that's a lot
Luciana
lower
at
than I thought.
31%.
Unfortunate. I mean, Shenhe is high as always, 13. Like
Yeah,
31%. 1 in 3 decks are running Shenhe. I mean, Wonder's not bad either. Like 1 in 5 decks, that's a lot. And Moan and Raiden popular as always at 20% as well. Wait, I think the
yeah.
math is wrong on Wander. Moan and Raiden have 7 and are 20.69% nice. But Wander's 10 picks is also 20.69%. Might have been a little bit of an oopsie. Probably closer to like 27%, maybe like 25, somewhere around that range. Look at the
Maybe the
one-offs though.
map generator went off, but I'm not sure the percentages probably might not be correct, but the numbers certainly are.
Yeah, like he's still an incredibly popular card combined with
Yeah.
Raiden and Mona, which are staples. And obviously like Nahida is also quite a strong option, also at 5 picks.
We do see some Venti, Xiao, and Sucrose big fights, so that's pretty interesting that there's a bunch of diversity in who Wonder might get paired up with.
Yeah,
Or if it
looking at the
if it
one-offs though too, like Sisson Mage, I haven't seen that card in ages. And then
that's
there's also like Ningguang and Kazuha as well. Those are cards you don't see that often.
Mhm.
Ooh, and beta too. That's exciting.
Yeah.
I think the one card I'm a little bit surprised about in the one-off section is Rodea of Lock, aka Oceanid.
Ooh,
There's a lot
yeah.
of really strong Oceanid decks, but like just no one decided to run them.
Yeah, it's not like Oceanid isn't bad either. Oceanid's really strong,
Yeah, and the
but
one Oceanid we do see is an Oceanid Dehya Candace, which we reviewed earlier on.
yeah, like yes, I'm surprised to not see any we thought Hatui EC, Hilo EC, Hilo Agent EC.
Yeah, and it's also like Nahida Electrocharge, which is also a really strong deck. Like none
Yeah,
of that here. Oh my gosh.
they're both pretty popular in the majors.
Yeah, maybe. I think like one thing that is interesting to know is that Wanderer might dethrone Shenhe SC finally. Like the most popular deck, without any argument for like the past 3 patches, might finally fade away because Wanderer double and emo.
Yeah, cause you kind of run both of them.
Yeah, like because both of them need Shenhe, so maybe.
Yeah. Well, I love to see a double and evil rising in popularity. If that's what happens.
I mean, like Shanta Double Emo is an exciting deck. It plays fast. It has like a lot going on, especially like turn one. You're already trying to go for plays with Shenhe's skill, and then like you do fast swap swirl. You go back to Shenhe. You set up burst. Like there's a lot of stuff going on, so it's an exciting deck. But I think it'll be a boring season if we just see the same deck over and over again.
That's true.
Like I think diversity is what keeps things interesting, and I really want these new characters to bring in new options.
It seems like Wanderer still needed to bring some new options. But the other characters introduced this patch seem to be less used.
Yeah, like not seeing a lot of Yaoyaos, not seeing a lot of Dehas. I think like with this character percentage breakdown done, we get to finally take a look at the bracket. Bracket review
Yes,
time.
the brackets.
Ooh, Haunty, our TO, has managed to face up against Bai, come out victorious.
Nice.
Quite a few familiar names as well. We got Jibu, Mistake playing as well. Urshu Franz. Looks like Cheesy managed to take a game off Leo, like we saw that earlier. And it looks like Mayumi lost the mirror match. I believe it was a mirror match. No, it was Mayumi lost against Shenhe Double Anemo. I believe they're playing Shenhe SC. Despite sending off their opponent. So that is quite a comeback. And obviously Code Blue went against Rissa.
Yep.
We saw the practice game after that where Rissa managed to take revenge. Unfortunately, it wasn't counted in the official score. Well, yep, and those are all of our victors.
Mhm.
Quite a few of them. Familiar face Map Mario one as well. He's playing DP with the new buff to Diona talent. So that's pretty nice. The Diona talent is just, it costs 3 to play instead of 4, so you don't need to pay extra for it. It's just free value.
Nice. I do believe that we are going straight into round 2.
Yeah, whenever it
Soon.
starts, we'll have a game ready soon TM.
Soon TM.
Soon TM.
Yeah. So,
Ooh, patch notes time. Looking at the
any other interesting changes you like to mention?
I mean, I think there's a fun card with Pancration. It's a new card. It costs 0 dice to play. You're only allowed to play it when you have at least 8 dice and your opponent has not ended turn. And basically, what this card does is that whoever ends second gets to draw 2 cards.
Mm,
So like it's free draw, but it's also conditional, which is like pretty cool. I
yeah.
mean,
Though
like,
I hear you could only get it in a 4.1 quest line.
it's like unusable if you start first, because like you almost always go first and you're always gonna end first. It's like unless you're swap stalling or have a massive ramp advantage or go second, like you're not playing this card very often.
That's true, but if you are a deck that usually ends loss, it is just 3 2 cards
Yeah,
without
I mean,
spending
like,
any dice.
I guess if we're playing Bin, like, ooh, it's
Yeah.
free cards. Bin is a stall deck. It likes to play slow, likes to do swap stall a lot, and second a lot. I mean, like, it's just free.
The only thing is that the getting card might not be easy to get since it isn't. Apparently, it's only accessible in a 4.1 quest line, which might not be easy for some players since I think some TCG players don't play the main game at all.
That's true.
I've
I
heard
mean,
of
worst case
people.
scenario, right? Like, it's in an event, and when the event ends, we just, get to buy it from Prince, like
That's
Friendship
true.
Eternal. Hopefully, that way I
Hopefully.
can like not play the side game.
That's side game.
I think one other change to note is that Ayato has had his skill Infusion increased to 3 uses from 2. And also the burst is now 2 energy, but only deals 1 Hydra on initial cast.
How do you think Idol has benefited from these changes of Sumi Scott?
So, not the Shadow Realm again. That's always the Shadow Realm. Hello. I'm calling from the void. I'm back. Thank God.
Okay.
It was so dark. As I was saying, I think Kevin like dragged me to the depths of hell for mentioning Kaya Long Range, but I think it's a buff to Kaya Long Range because in that deck you're using Plunging Strike with Ayato Infusion to freeze players with Infusion plus Icicle. So and the fact that you can do that like 1 extra time now is quite nice. Makes it so like you don't have to cast skill as often. Skill does less damage, so it's bad. Moving on, though, it is Leo playing Eula Freeze plus Wanderer versus Sankyo playing Shenhe SC.
Seems like we've encountered the 2 popular decks of today.
Yeah, like a
Shinho and
Wander
Wanderer.
variant plus Shenhe SC. Classics. Ooh. Leo is actually running Chang the Ninth. That's a card we don't see very often anymore. Chang the
Yeah.
Ninth, for those you don't know, he costs nothing to play, and every time you do physical damage or do a reaction, as long as it's not in the end phase, he gets a stack, and when he gets 3 stacks, you draw 2 cards. So he's like a free strategize. But like most decks don't play him because they don't do reactions often enough. And if they do reactions, it's in the end phase. Like, for example, Shenhe SC or like any Oceanid variant. So he's not played very often. He was played, like, he was very popular before when Xing Qiu was meta. And also,
Ionia.
and Ayami as well, because like they're doing a lot of physical damage to charge up first. And then like they also have the reactions. Moving on from all of that, though, Leah manages to come in and just completely annihilate Sankyo's Shenhe.
Yeah. Wanderer does allow for a lot of elemental reaction. Especially with Swirl. Since, well, just Swirl and then you attack the off-field character, which now has the element applied.
Yeah, and then like they're gone.
Yeah, so it seemed like it could be a nice choice in the Wanderer deck to shank the line.
Yeah, like I mean you're doing a lot of swirls, because like you're essentially guaranteed to do a reaction of some kind. And then like in a Eula deck you're also freezing a little bit, and your normal attack gonna charge your burst. So like in like you have a Wanderer in there, right? And like you start swirling, you'll get the reactions relatively often. So. And
Yeah.
Sanio coming in with the Heavy Strike Fresh Wind and Freedom combo to eliminate Mona. Gamblers too to refresh dice, forcing Leo to swap onto Eula. Can't swap to Chungyun, otherwise he'll get frozen with no fast swap in hand. Decides to eat Hash Brown.
Yeah.
Okay, so this Hash Brown is quite smart because Eula does 4 base with skill. It does 3 damage with skill. It's 2 base plus 1 from Frozen. This forces Leo to attack twice in order to eliminate Raiden. And that way, like, Leo would need to have a Gamblers in hand in order to win this round. Actually, no, wait, an Instructors might be enough. I might have miscalculated my dice. No, Instructors is not enough, because Leo would need to attack 3 times.
How much times does Instructor activate in a round anyway?
Yeah, and Leo would be short on dice. It comes to 4 damage end phase.
Yep.
Here you go, bonk. And 2 dice short. If that was a Gambler instead of an Instructors, Leo would just skill. It would do exactly 6. Yeah, he knows it. Chooses to concede the match. Top right. Good game to Sanio. Very smart play with that Hash Brown, like avoiding Eula's breakpoints. This is why food is good. Breakpoints.
Indeed.
Quite strong.
Gotta dodge those big points.
I think like it also came down to that Crow Res, which allowed Sanio to eliminate Leo's Wander. Otherwise, it would have got another swirl. Would have been quite dangerous. It's also quite nice, but I think this like also showcases why Shenhe SC is strong as well, because like you have Crow Res to hit your own breakpoints, but you also run food to avoid your opponents. Here we go.
Oh.
Arbin's running Kaya SC deck. Okay.
Interesting. A deck I've seen before.
Yeah,
There's
like
Kaya here.
usually Kaya's running freeze decks. SC is quite new. I've never really seen this before. I'm kind of curious now. Do they run like the Kaya unload tech? Do they run Crane and Mondstadt? No, can't run Mondstadt res because no 2 Mondstadt characters would have to run Inazuma res.
Yeah.
And their opponent, which is Rissa, just running the standard Shenhe double Animo with Wander instead of Venti/Sucrose.
Mhm.
I would love to see Arbin's deck list.
Yeah. I think I've seen Kaya Jibu conduct before, but that was definitely a few patches ago.
Yeah, it was like a long... Oh, Catherine. Okay, that's not a card you see every day. What is the play here? Swaps to Sara. Ice Whip comes down. Probably going to skill. Yep, there you go. Eliminates Wander. Rissa goes on to Xiao. Going to skill in return. Do 3. Bring Sar within lethal range of skill. Unfortunately, doesn't have like any of the cryo buffing from Shenhe, so Swirl only does 1.
Yeah.
I mean, Arbin can't swap to Kaya now. I think Arbin would love to swap to Kaya, because then they can do 5 damage, like, do 3 initial and then 2 end phase, which would be enough to eliminate Xiao. But, like, needs to play it safe. Either, like, attacks again onto Sara, or swap to Kazuha.
They have fast swap, right? Can they just swap to Kaya?
They just use Catherine, so that's not possible.
Oh,
Sumeru City, okay. Can I get a discounted normal attack? Okay. This forces Rissa to hit... Yeah, this forces Rissa to hit into Sara, which is good, because Sara doesn't have an element, and, like, Arbin doesn't want to give away free swirls.
Yeah.
Tunes the Adeptus, okay. Probably feeling that they won't be able to use it this turn. Oh, tunes Animo Res too, because like you obviously don't get to use that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna quick swap to my eliminated teammates, guys.
Exactly, yep. Arbin swaps to Kaya.
They know.
They don't know. I mean, we need to tune 3 here. Probably tunes Fresh Wind and Freedom, and the Adeptus, because you're gonna burst.
Yeah.
Here you go. Bonk.
But they are
Actually,
gonna start first.
it would have been
We're
smarter.
not like gamblers.
Yeah, no Gilbis doesn't get the dice reset, and then like obviously Arbin with turn priority, just normal attacks will take the game.
Yeah.
Actually, if I was Rissa there, tuning Adeptus would have actually been the wrong play, because like theoretically, if Arbin isn't able to lethal Xiao, Adeptus Burst would do 7, which would go through a Lotus. But like now that you don't have it, even if they don't eat, you need to hit twice. So it would have been better to tune Heavy Strike. That way you can Adeptus Burst and secure the game now if they aren't able to lethal you. Obviously, it doesn't matter because Arbin has more than enough damage, but would have been smarter to keep the Adeptus because it lets you deal more damage against Xiao. So slight misplay, didn't end up mattering, but it could have.
Always gotta be in the habit of making these hard decisions, I guess.
Yeah, always gotta min-max. Min-maxing is the way to go. I think, like... Ooh, new game here? Ooh, Matt Mario playing DP with the buff Diona. Versus Haunty playing Shenhe SC.
Stop on stop violence.
I mean, like, one of them is TC staff and the other one is a TO. Who are you favoring? Like, do we favor the person running the tournaments, or like the person whose job it is to cook decks and play the game? You know, like, I think, like, it might just be me, but I think the matchup might just be the tiniest bit unfair, you know?
That's true. If you run the tournaments, you can't. If you're running the tournament, you can't play in that.
Yeah, like you can't play in the tournaments you're running, obviously, because that's unfair. You get to see the opponent's deck lists early, and like you can also check in the stream and stuff, which isn't very fair.
Also,
I think Haunty might have timered there, passing on through when there's a hash brown in hand. They could have chose to fed Chongyun, who hasn't eaten yet.
oh yeah. This Banana, but only feeds 2 dice, so could have just fed the hash brown.
I mean, like Matt's going to eat a Raiden Burst start of next turn, so that's like not very healthy. Also needs to worry about an Adeptus. It will do 8 damage with Adeptus. No, Dion has more than enough health, like, to survive it. No worries.
Yeah, but just because not really sure whether you want to take that hit either way.
Yeah, that's true.
There's Baba here who's already at low HP.
Alright.
Because that would eliminate some of the shields.
I mean, Barbara's not getting lethaled either because, like, the Diona shield
Oh yeah.
would live on 3 HP, which is, like, a one-shot for burst. So, I mean, that's fine. What Matt might be trying to go for here is, you bait the Raiden Burst into the Barbara, and then you freeze Raiden. And, like, now you have threat on everyone, because if Haunty swaps to Shenhe, you freeze with Diona, but if you go to Chongyun, Diona has enough damage to lethal. It will do 4 damage with a normal attack, although Haunty does have food. But if you swap into Chongyun, Matt's going to swap to Xingqiu, unless Cryo Res, Haunty doesn't have enough damage to lethal because there is no Shenhe Burst. So even if that buff on Raiden is Icy Quills, it would do 4, which is barely not enough, and they can stall out the turn.
Okay. Haunty plays Fashman and Freedom.
Yeah, that is Cryo Res, normal attack. There we go. I think Matt here either swaps into Xingqiu and skills, or you just go on Diona normal attack, or Xingqiu normal attack. That would work too, to deny the burst.
Yeah. They did do Fashman and Freedom though, so
Yeah,
I don't think Xingqiu would be able to act. Or did they swap into Xingqiu?
I mean, like, another option you have here is you go to Diona and then you swap to Xingqiu to waste dice. But you need to eat food, because Raiden Burst right now does do 5 damage, so you would need to eat. But you just Haunty Burn Crowra, so unlikely to also have Adeptus. In Matt's position right now, it's very important that you keep at least 2 characters alive. Because like if there's just one alive, that means Haunty can swap style up the turn, and come in with Chongyun, Adeptus Crowra's Burst, and just one-shot Dehya through all of the shields. But if Xingqiu is still alive, that means Matt can swap stall, and like bait Haunty into doing things he doesn't want to. Whenever Chongyun would be on field, Matt swaps the 1 HP Xingqiu, and then like now Haunty doesn't want to burst anymore.
Matt might still be looking too. They're playing fastest right now. Yep.
Yeah, there we go. There's the Raiden Burst. What does Matt opt to do now? Obviously, like, Haunty doesn't have enough dice to do anything. Like, even with a Woven, like, the most Raiden does a normal attack, which is 2 damage, which isn't very frightening. Matt has quite a bit of dice to play around with, though.
There's a lot of healing options with Hydro Resonance.
Yeah, and that as well.
Again with skill. They just heal up. You just heal up with the burst as well. This is ridiculous.
This is like standard DP list though. Like 1 Dehya Talent, the Sackbow, the Aquila Pavonia is like if you end on Xingqiu. And you run triple Helm. 2 Tenacity, 2 General Ancient Helm. And you're running Tenshikaku, obviously, because like you expect the game to go long, so it'll gain value over time. I don't agree with Haunty healing Shenhe. I would have preferred you heal Chongyun, because right now Chongyun is within lethal range of Dehya, but like if you just fed him the hash to 6 HP, he would be well out of it, so you can freely swap him into Dehya and threaten the burst.
Yeah.
Whereas like with Shenhe, Shenhe is effectively dead. Because of that Hydra Aura, if Matt stays on Dehya, you can't swap her in. Ooh, Matt has lethal on Raiden right now. There you go. And could either Tune 3 skill, or nope, okay, eat pizza and then feed the last 2 to Vanarana. So Raiden will live to see another day. For now. I think it's actually a wise choice not to lethal Raiden, because if you lethal Raiden, like, Haunty will choose to end the turn on Chongyun, right? And then you lose at least one of your characters.
Yeah. I also did hear, Dehya's talent got buffed to 3 dice instead of 4. I think 4 previously.
Yeah, like, now it's just free value. I think Dehya talent gave you +1 shield, so now Dehya has a 4 value skill for just the price of 3. So, quite good value if I do say so myself. Also, Matt got extremely good dice. What is that?
Wow.
Managed to roll 7 cryo. Gamer.
High rolling.
High rolling. Looking at Haunty's deck list though. Running Fresh Wind and Freedom instead of Covenant of Rock. Probably so you can like combo Cryora's skill into Cryora's skill or something. Or it's like a fast swap Chong Burst. Running Star Signs and Adeptus, so like surprise opponents. I believe in Shenhe SC, the theory behind Star Signs and Adeptus before was that in a Shenhe SC mirror match, when you get into a position where you have burst and the opponent doesn't, you can surprise lethal the opponent's Shenhe and gain an advantage. But of course, mirror matches are a little less common now, with Wander, Double, and Nemo being a little more popular. Choosing to run no ramp aside from Liven of Vanarana, some players chose to run one-off sudden contracts. And also, yeah, the rest is pretty standard.
Matt Mario's been soft solid between Dehya and Xingqiu. Haunty's been left with 3 dice.
Yeah, like Haunty is no match for the ramp of Matt Mario. Has Sumeru City and Vanarana, so like quite a dice advantage.
Oh,
swaps to
swap off
Shenhe.
to-
Matt Mario's just going to skill here. You want to deny that burst if possible. There it is. And then now is a bit dangerous. You can't swap into Chongyun because Chongyun gets lethal. But like you also kind of don't want to go Raiden either because Raiden also gets lethal. Man, this must be infuriating for Haunty because like Matt did nothing but just sit on Diona for like 3 turns.
Yeah.
The
You're
only
good
thing-
lethal right now, but
The only thing Matt needs to be worried about is if those 2 cards in Haunty's hand is like a double woven or an Ito woven. Because if not... Oh, okay, there's the deck list for Haunty. It was the oopsie one before. Haunty is running no Star Signs, but there is still the Adeptus. Also running Timmy as well, because like just free dice if you draw it early. Haunty just going to play the I haven't lost yet to give an Omni dice to Varnara. But Shenhe's going to, yeah, there you go. Bye-bye Shenhe.
yeah.
And left onto just Chongyun, Matt's going to swap to Xingqiu. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that's just gonna freeze.
That's GG's, because like if Haunty doesn't burst to lethal Xingqiu, Xingqiu just does skill and it would freeze because Diona Summon will apply Crow. Actually, like, Haunty
And
might not even deal.
you just healed.
Haunty might not have the
HP.
damage to lethal. That does 8, 9, 10. Xingqiu has 11. No, exactly 10. Okay, never mind. Yeah, Haunty burst deals exactly 10, and then like it's a fast swap into Diona, and then that's game. Very well played from Matt Mario. Like forced into a little dangerous position early on where Barbara's taken out, but did a very good job stalling with like the food and aura management, forcing Haunty to just burn dice where he really didn't want to. Manages to eat damage quite effectively with all of the shields from Diona, with tenacity plus talent, as well as summoning and stuff, like threatening the freezes. Eventually manages to chip down Haunty, who just never found an opportunity to do Chongyun Burst, which was like his stall breaker. Never really managed to get that down. And like obviously without Shenhe's summon, you're not threatening super connects either, so. There you go. Bye-bye Xingqiu finally got the burst down.
No,
But it's a little bit too late.
with the Xingqiu burst on.
No more from Dion. Doesn't even need it. Sackbow does 3. And that is GG's to Matt Mario. Great job stalling the game out and like eventually bringing it to a close.
Yeah. That's also an example of the power of DP with the ability to stall out with those with the huge amount of healing and shields that you can get.
Yeah, like I think DP is just such an infuriating deck to play against because like Barber will cleanse your auras, and the Diona with Sapo and Tenacity just like lives through everything, and then like you just have Xingqiu to swap into if for the Rain Sword, the combo with like Diona's auras and stuff. It's like it's an infuriating deck to deal with, but if you play it right, like it's so strong as we just saw. But it's also a stall deck, so boost stall. I don't want to sit through 1 hour of gameplay. I don't have the mental focus for that. I'm sorry. Like I respect the profession of the stall player. I just can't do it. It's not my thing.
So if you had to play against a stall deck for 1 hour, would you just lose focus from playing for 1 hour?
I mean, like I'll do it, but I won't like it. Like I would not enjoy playing the stall matchup. I'll do it. It's just no, please. Like I'd rather do anything else. Oh my god.
Yeah, it is. I think that deck is really hard to play though.
Yeah, like I think the thing about DP in Bin as well is that they have very like non-linear lines. With a deck like Shenhe SC or like even Shenhe Double Anemo, Nahida Electro Charged, and like Quicken, like you have a very set game plan. It's like you do this and then you do this, you like to set up this. With DP, it's not like that. like, you have an idea of what you want to do, but the way you do it is up to you. Which is like something I like about the deck, but it also makes it really hard to learn.
Mm. So, so it could be dependent on matchup or whatever cards and dice you roll, which might change your game plan.
Yep. It also gets completely cooked by Nahida Electro Charged. That's it. Like, if you really just dislike stall in particular, like, you're completely fine with losing to literally anything else, but you hate stall in particular, play Nahida Electro Charged. That is my recommendation for you. That is my pro tip. If you really hate stall, play NEC.
Because you can get the... Because the piercing will bypass through the shields, right?
Yeah, like, piercing goes through shields, and, like, end phase damage, it's very big, and, like, summons outvalue whatever they do, and you also, like, pressure them really quickly before they get their setup.
But they lose to everything else.
I mean, you don't lose to everything else, but, like, the other matchups aren't as good. Ooh, oh, here it is. Here's a Quicken deck with Yaoyao. Let's go. And here's what is a Yaoyao Quicken deck. Although, with this deck, I don't know if you want to go Fischl into Nahida, or if you just want to go, like, Yugui into Oz. And then just go Nahida after. I think the interesting thing about this deck is that, like, there is no Liu Su.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
No
especially
Liu
for an
Su,
aggressive deck, that's very interesting. Like, I understand why you're not running it, because, like, Fischl Summon is obviously on her skill instead of a burst, so you don't really need to get that out, like with Call A Quicken, where you need to rush Call an Amber. And Yugui is obviously also on a skill, so you don't really need to rush it out. And you don't need to rush Nahida Burst either. Because, like, yeah, the +1 is nice, and the burst damage is also quite helpful, but, like, it's not necessary.
They are also running Catherine and Buttercrab, which are not cards you usually see in the deck.
Yeah, like, Buttercrab... it's like... I haven't seen that card since it was released. So, like...
Yeah.
I don't think there's, like, a single deck that used Buttercrab. I think that, like, earlier on when Shenhe Double Emo was popular, some people are experimenting with it as a counter to it. But it's like, no one has used it since. For those of you who don't know what Buttercrab does, it's like a reverse Tandoori's where it will provide every character on your team a 2-health shield, a 2-health Lotus Crisp, not shield.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I don't think we can get into a replay of this deck. So
yeah, but there is a Dehya deck, I believe, or potentially no, it is this deck. Yes, it is. We get to see a Yaoyao deck replay, so that's exciting. We'll get to see one of the new cards in action in a Quicken deck, no less. Quicken is exciting. I like Quicken. And then after that, we'll hop into a quick.
You didn't mention Buttercrab being being used as being experimented as a Shinra double and evil counter. If the Wanderer does get very prevalent, would it rise up again?
Oh,
or be experimented with?
I mean, that's like an interesting question. But, like, what if you just ran 2 hash browns instead, you know?
Ooh. That's true. It does give more flexibility.
Yeah.
Compared to Buttercrab or the entire team. Which means no one can even eat any food.
Yeah, like Buttercrab, Tandoori's, and egg basically can't, like, your team just can't eat food for the rest of the round, which is quite annoying. Ace Rolla going to start with a Yugui, and then going to swap, do Oz, probably end the turn with Libin. Their opponent, on the other hand, is just going to rush a Shenhe Burst. It's quite smart to start on a Yaoyao and go Yugui first, because Oz applies like an initial Electro, and this way you guarantee you don't waste Aura turn 1. Ooh, we're gonna swap to Nahida actually. Okay. That with Shenhe Burst, you get like a free Nahida 5 cost. That's quite smart, quite sauce. And of course, Libin's not gonna get the insta proc, so you might as well use the dice to swap. You get more value out of it sooner. I like that.
Nice. That all management is pretty good. From Acerula.
Oh yeah, there's the Shenhe boost coming up.
Big body skill and boost. I guess.
Yeah, Miche going for the Miche
Oh!
Shenhe burst gets sent off. Okay. We don't get to see the Buttercrab because it gets instantly tuned. Because Acerola got Dice of Cringe. And there we go, Shenhe gets taken down. No more Shenhe burst.
Yeah, immediately in the first 2 rounds, immediately taken out.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, like, Wanderer comes in skills.
That probably doesn't feel good for that.
If I'm Acerola, I'm just playing Aliven. Like, I would need to tune my entire hand. Not worth it.
Yeah.
I think Nahida also gets... Oh, okay, gonna play the... Oh, okay. Okay. There's Burst now. And Instructors lets him swap off onto Venti. That is sauce.
Yeah, Venti's gonna take the summon damage.
Yeah, looking on Miche's deck though, like I think interesting things to note is that Sumeru City not often run in double Anemo decks. There's also only running 1 off Libin, and also a Heavy Strike. Heavy Strike is quite sauce. Because like it makes it so Wander now does 5 damage on his attacks with Wind Favor. So that's quite nice.
Yeah. And you did see here that all Acerola's characters are at 5 HP.
Yeah. We'll swap into Yaoyao to deny a swirl from Venti. Normal attack, okay. Going to probably resummon Yugui. Yeah, there it is. Oh, fast swap. Ooh, no Heavy Strike. Okay. We'll just throw for 3 on Fischl.
Gonna hit Fischl.
Does get a dice back. Okay. Catherine, I don't know if I like that. Probably would have just used the Leave It to Me. That way I wouldn't need to like use the extra dice, and I could have used the remaining dice to eat pizza. Yugu gets sent off.
Wait.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'm
no more
surprised they
Quicken.
didn't set up the special.
Okay, does Miche get the Heavy Strike? Because if they do, they get to attack Nahida off field, lethal her, and like make it so Acerola doesn't get to fast swap with Catherine and like get a quicken stack with Nahida's skill. They are running 1, so we'll have to see. Oh wait, they don't have Wind Favors. They'll have to skill first to get it, and Lethal Fischl.
Yeah.
Oh, fast swap onto Venti? Okay.
I guess it's send off on Yugo, denies Quicken on
Yeah, like,
Wander.
if there was Quicken stack now, Nahida could... No, Nahida wouldn't be able to lethal, but like, it would be a close thing.
Yeah.
Gets the Yaoyao burst? I think the way Yaoyao burst works, if I remember, is you swap, you do 1 Dandro damage, and also heal your character for 1.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Wind's Grand Ode coming out. Bonk. Yep, and then Acerola doesn't really have the dice to do anything. Does heal Nahida for 1, so that's nice. Going to Woven. Denjarez. Okay, that's pretty nice. Denjarez does work off field.
Yeah.
I disagree with that, because Denjarez would have done enough to lethal anyway, so you might as well just stay on Nahida. Although I can kind of understand why you do this. Like, you avoid Wander Burst. Like, what? No, this way you don't even avoid Wander Burst. This is bad. You just applied Aura onto Yaoyao.
And I think that would have lethal Venti whether you Dandro Resonance or not.
Yeah, no, it would have. Like, what would have been better is that you leave Nahida on field so that when the burst goes, it swaps into Yaoyao. Yaoyao would be at 1 HP, and like Wander would have to, smack him twice, or like at least get Wind Favored first. But in this way, like you just sacrifice your Nahida, Your Yaoyao is now literally 1 HP and is guaranteed to get lethal end phase.
Yep, and your Yaoyao can't do anything but summon.
Yep. There you go, there's the Yigui. And there it is. Fuck. I mean, GG's. Good job to Miche for managing to win that out. Also, it looked like Ace Rolla might have gotten an advantage earlier on, but like that send off on Yigui on the second round summons really neutered their pressure. But yeah, like Yigui Quicken. I mean, like Yaoyao Quicken. It's quite. It was like, it looked quite strong earlier on, but like, I think there's a problem with the third character where like, after you get your summons on, like, what do you do now? Like, Nahida didn't really find time to shine, because like, there's just not quite enough Electro application. So maybe instead of playing Nahida, you would run like a coaching or something to apply more Electro. Well, then there might be too much Electro. I mean, Yaoyao Burst does like apply a lot of seeds.
Pretty possible to set off, I guess, because
I think that's like with most Quicken decks though, because most of them revolve around some. I mean, just most Summon Beast decks are vulnerable to send off actually.
Yeah, those send offs really new to the virtual Electro application, I think.
Yeah, like it makes it so like it denied a Quicken, which is like the main point of the deck, and like. Because there's no Quicken, like, you're just doing 1 damage end phase, which isn't very strong.
Yeah. Though that Yaoyao has a burst that could apply Dendro, so I guess the releasing Night of Cursing could be an interesting idea.
Yeah, I think, like, more Electro to do it more often. You're moving on to, like, round 3, it is Rissa against Lumi. We've seen Rissa play a few times. I think the most notable moment is when they, Freshwood and Freedom's Star Signs bursted to one-shot the opponent's Wanderer. Now they're against Lumi, playing their infamous Beidou deck. Going to just set up the win favorite on Wanderer. And then now, Rissa's guaranteed to swirl.
Yeah, unless they swap to mode out.
Oh,
wait,
yeah, no.
They can still...
I mean, you can still, like, just E again.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, it does deny the normal attack, which I guess means that, Rissa sees bestest.
I mean, you take less damage. Skill only does 2 base, while, like, the win favor normal does do 3 base, so you do take less. I think with Rissa's last remaining dice, they're likely to just swap to Shenhe and then end the turn. Yeah,
so
there it is.
Going for arm.
Rissa's just going to heal with Hydro Resonance and play Tenshu. Rissa just swaps to Shenhe, there we go. Lumi's start of next turn is just going to do a prepare skill and get the free Electro Charge, because Rissa's very obviously going to get the Shenhe burst. And additionally, because Beidou also gets 2 shield, Lumi will also eat the damage of Shenhe burst. So, like, that's just free value, and you also get a free Electro Charged. You take that any day of the week. Assuming you get good dice. I think Lumi has 1 usable.
Lumi
yeah, that is...
has 2 Tau set off.
Praying for a toss-up. Oh, that's not good. I think, like, you really want a skill here.
Yeah.
Oh, this is like, this is not good. Let's put it that way.
Also has set, Lumi also has set off, so...
Yeah, like, you get the Shenhe burst and like immediately get sent off. Hey, it's not the worst thing in the world.
It feels like pain whenever it's done though.
I think what you can do, like, you swap to Kokomi. Okay, no, I'm just gonna hit the normal attack. Ooh.
This was going to do swap.
Okay, they're not going for the burst. That is interesting. Just going to skill swirl again.
They did just normal attack.
Yeah, I was surprised too. Now, Rissa burst will lethal the Mona. I don't know what artifact that is though. potentially gamblers. I don't remember seeing a shield sort of turn, so it's not any of the Millilith items.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Rissa has Dice of Courage, so it won't be able to burst.
Yeah, but if they did use the
Ooh,
normal
I think they
attack
also
earlier...
messed up on the auto dice. Lyman will only eat one.
Ooh.
That's not good.
Yeah.
I think...
We...
No, wait, Lumi, you can get so much value. If you Ancient Courtyard... they could have Ancient Courtyard Helm and then played Tenshu.
Ancient Cordia works with locations.
No, because Mona already has an artifact on, right? So, the Ancient Courtyard, you reduce it by 2, you equip it.
I thought it only worked like if you place the artifacts in the same turn.
No, Ancient Courtyard works if you just have one equipped. It doesn't need to be on the same turn. Could you imagine, like, it would be so bad if it needed to be on the same turn. You would need to spend, like, 4 dice.
Okay.
And, like, it would be such a heavy restriction. But yeah, like, imagine... Oh, it's Fruit on Mona. I mean... Yeah, no, it is Gamblers on Mona. Oh, wait, no, is it Crown of Watatsumi? Wait... That's Crown of Watatsumi. No, but it can't be, because Crown of Watatsumi needs you to heal.
Yeah.
Let me take a look at how this artifact works again. For every 3 HP of healing your character receives, this card accumulates 1 stack, maximum of 2. When this character deals damage, consume all stacks and increase damage by 1. It's either Gamblers or Crown. And, like, probably Crown, because, like, no way you equip Mona with Gamblers. Mona deals negative damage.
Yeah.
And it looks like Rissa didn't tune 1 to fix the live and dice, unfortunate. This is like a dangerous state for Lumi, though. One of their characters is guaranteed lethal without Wander Burst up, and you don't want to swap to Beto right now either. You swap to Beto, Beto dies to Burst, but if you stay on Mona, Mona also dies to Burst, and you're left on just cooking Beto, which were both extremely low HP.
Yeah, and you swap to Kokobi, Wanderer can attack. Wait,
Ooh,
no,
okay.
Wanderer doesn't have.
Swaps onto Shenhe just to waste some dice. Probably sensing that, like, Lumi is kind of out of options, like, not really threatened by a Mona Burst, because Mona Burst will set Shenhe to 2 HP, which isn't within lethal range. And also knowing that Lumi doesn't run a deck list, because this is open deck list. Perfect time to shut up Shenhe Burst. Setting up Shenhe Burst would, like, make Lumi feel so much more threatened, because then Wanderer Swirls will do that much more damage. I mean, Lumi does have the send-off, so it's not the end of the world. Here we go, Mona Burst coming out. Rissa likely going to respond with the Shenhe Burst.
Yep.
There it is. Also, Rissa has already burned 2 fast swaps. I'm not sure if they burnt their Anemo resonances already. We did come in mid-game. Lumi playing the send-off, smart choice. And, okay, just go to normal attack to deny the setup of more... Oh, it is Gamblers on Mona. Of more Icicles. And now Rissa goes on to Wander. I think they're saving their burst for Beto, most likely. Because, like, Mona by herself isn't very threatening.
Looking at skill here, potentially.
Yeah, like, potentially going for skill. Burst is also an option. Nope, does go for the skill, okay.
Yeah, if they lethal Mona, Lumi could went to Beto and...
I think the smartest choice for Lumi is, like, unironically just to... Okay. I think, just personally, I would have just ended turn with Liben Vanarana. Because, like, Mona doesn't do anything. And then now Rissa, yeah, normal attacks, like, you get this roll. There we go.
Yeah, and Wanderer already had Hydro application on him.
If you're
So I'm
Rissa,
not.
you swap Xiao with your remaining dice, play I haven't lost it yet, and then swap back to Wanderer to charge the energy. Or alternatively, you could I haven't lost yet Woven, tune one of your send-offs, and normal attack. Yeah, normal attack to eliminate the Kokomi. There you go, bring it down to a 2v2. Unfortunately, skill doesn't do one more damage, because then you can lethal Mona. Ooh, rewarded with 2? Yeah, you can't really do anything with those dice. Unfortunately, like, no live Nirvana on it to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
But this be
And
fine.
Mona and Beta are left with pretty low HP from other souls, and it looks like Lumi doesn't have any healing cards.
Yeah, like, Lumi already used 2 Hydro Resonances. There's probably still a Pete's in place somewhere. I just saw them draw a Minty Meat Rolls.
Yeah, okay. This looks pretty
I
over for
I think
Lumi.
this is, like, Jover. Can't play the
Yeah.
Ito, because, like, a Kokomi died end phase. And, like, Mona by herself is a terrible carry. Will eventually be taken down.
They
Yeah,
don't
there
have a
you
lot
go.
of defensive options to defend against Wonder and
Yeah,
Xiao
like,
either.
Rissa's
Xiao's a cleanup.
Rissa's going to get a free swirl. Okay.
Wonder is first.
Oh, okay. What they're going to do is they're going to burst, yep, and then use their animal resonance to swap into Xiao and skill to take home the game.
I don't think you necessarily need to do that either. They just played Fresh Wind and Freedom.
Yeah,
so
you can also just skill. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
GG's. That was a very nice, like... I mean, they Fresh Wind and Freedom was, like, hand for quite a while, but finally found an opportunity to play when both characters were low. I think even without Fresh Wind and Freedom, though, like, Lumi was just getting chipped down so often by the swirls. Like, they really just didn't have an answer for it.
Yeah, they just...
I think, like,
got obliterated.
They just stayed on Mona for too long. Mona does no damage. I think what they probably should have done instead is swap onto Beto earlier. Look to, like, if they had Tenacity Millith, obviously would have been better. But, like, they just swap to Beto to, like, withstand the attacks with Beto's free shield, heal up with Hydro Res to, like, negate the damage, and then just... Because most of the damage comes from swirls, and, like, at most, you take 3 damage from their skills. Like, Beto could have just been able to ignore all of it, and then when Wanderer's Burst came up, like, I don't know, maybe then you swapped. Like, that Wander Burst, though, is just so threatening. Like, 8 damage?
Wander is, like, crazy. He gets so much damage and then just burst.
Like, the Wincon was staying... Like, Wincon was staying on Beto and then, like, just slapping them, because, like, they only do, at most, 3 damage. But then, like, Wander Burst is something you have to contend with. It deals 7, like a one-shot your Beto, and it's, like, it's really scary.
Yeah.
Here in this game, though, Ace Roller versus Haunty, it's actually, like, quite close, because Yaoyao is healthy. She is a healthy boy.
Yeah, and Haunty has strong in the background with energy.
Yeah, and Ryan left alive.
Very threatening.
Yeah, it gets a summon out. Raiden probably just
There's changing shifts in hand, so you could potentially just try to stall until...
I think what you do if you're Haunty, you changing shifts with Lotus onto Chongyun, and then Kurara's Burst, which will deal 7, 9... Okay.
Oh yeah, right.
Which would be enough to one-shot Yaoyao.
And because Yaoyao doesn't have any
10,
options to hit through the Lotus, it just came.
There is a Lotus in hand, but, like, there's only 3 dice remaining, so Ace Roller would be forced to choose between eating Lotus and, like, not being able to attack, in which case Haunty swaps back onto Raiden. Or just, like... Or actually, no, maybe not even swap back to Raiden, because then you have Shaw, you get lethal, and then Raiden just burst start of next phase, because you do 7, 9, then do 10. Oh, no, yeah, and then Lotus would bring Yaoyao up to 12, so live on 2, go 3 HP because you heal, 4, and then Raiden burst. Oof, okay. Ridish, ooh, a little too late now. Because you won't be able to
Yeah.
cryo res. This won't break through. Yeah, you're off. You don't have enough damage.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you've committed now. You can't swap back. You're forced into this play. That's a misplay on Haunty's side. 1, 2, 3. I think, like, maybe what he should have done instead is go onto Raiden and just normal attack to break the Lotus. Because that way Yaoyao stays on 9 HP. End-phase summons would bring Raiden onto exactly 1. So that next turn, he would be able to do the Changyin swap strategy and also eat the Lotus to survive 1 attack.
Right.
And then skill for the game, which would go through the Lotus that Acerola has in hand. Misplay by Haunty.
That cryo resonance thing, it was done -8 at least.
There was a line to win. It just
I'm not sure if Yaoyao has the damage to take out Raiden here though.
no. There's a Lotus. There's more than enough because Raiden will do like 5 damage at most. Lotus brings Yaoyao to 7 HP. Would live on 2, and then all Acerola would need to do is normal attack twice.
Ooh, yeah.
Although Haunty does have a Lotus in his hand as well. So would be able to live 1 attack, and then Raiden would burst. No, this game is still well within Haunty's hands. Yeah, normal to break. You didn't need to play the cryo res. Cryo res is enough. It puts Yaoyao onto 3. No, bursting loses you the game, Haunty. Don't do it. You have to normal attack twice. No, Haunty! No, Haunty! Not like this! Not like this yet. Also, why would you play the cryo res now? You could have done it, like, later. If you just played it after you broke Lotus, you would have won. No, Haunty, not like this.
I see damage number increase.
No, if Haunty didn't play the cryo res now, he would be able to win! Oh my god! Because normal burst would win, and normal cryo res normal would also win. But cryo res normal or cryo res burst normal loses. Oh my god, no. The game was in the tip of his fingers and he just... Oh, it just slipped out. Oh no.
Yeah, and you gotta lose to end phase damage here.
And then Yigui finishes end phase. Oh my god, Haunty, not like this.
Gonna swap over to the
Oh my god. If he just didn't play that cryo res, this game was his.
Yeah.
Oh no, not like this. Oh
gonna
my
get the more
god.
damage out. See damage increase.
Oh my god. No. I'm in despair.
We'll just say it's not about winning. It's about sending a message.
Yeah, like you want your opponent to know that you could have won, but like you just chose not to. It's not about winning. It's the messaging that's important. Oh, that game is just gonna...
Next time you misplay at the end of the game, just say that I was going to. It wasn't a misplay. I was purposely sending you a message.
Oh, that game
I
is
did
gonna
that on
haunt
purpose.
me. That game is gonna haunt my nightmares forever. Like, after that game, we're gonna just take a short break because I have to go bleach my brain. We'll be right back for round 4 soon. See you then.
And
And welcome back. Yes, welcome back everyone. Right in time for round 4. Before we start, let's do our old friend bracket review.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
Gonna be able to see who won these round of games.
Yes, looks like Fulano managed to get matched up with the mythical Bai. Jibu won against Cheesy. Steak won against Moonyet.
Yep.
Veal won against Spartans. That's exciting. Veal's been playing a lot of DP recently. What are they playing today? They are playing DP. All right, that's cool. We had one drop, and 906 managed to win against Map Mario's DP. So that is
Yep.
1 point again for the anti-stall team. Let's see what they're running. Ooh, Shenhe doubling Nemo with Wander. Not a surprise there.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. And Ace Roller won against Haunty. That's the game we just saw earlier. Now let's take a look.
I imagine it won't be easy to swap stall against Wanderer teams since they can just damage your off-field character anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Like they always have something to throw. Looking at our 3 O's though, it's Jibu. I'm not sure what he's playing, but Miche, they're playing the Wander double Shenhe deck. Let me check what Jibu is playing really quick. You're somewhere. Let me see. Ooh, where are you, Jibu? Here we are. Also playing Shenhe double Nemo, but Sucrose and Wander instead of anything else. We also have Birdie doing 3-0 as well. 906 playing Shenhe double Nemo as we saw. What is Birdie playing? I haven't seen him today. Also,
That's a lot of
Shenhe SC. So our entire top 4 is dominated exclusively by Shenhe decks.
Wow.
Fun fact. What a surprise. Oh my god.
Shenhe.
Shenhe.
Shenhe's domination.
Shenhe nerfs when? Oh my.
Well, I'm pretty sure even in 3-1 people were wondering if there's gonna be a Shenhe nerf. And
yeah.
we're at 4.1 now.
It's not happening. I think we'll have to sit tight. It's like just how before there was a Xingqiu meta. Just like how before there's an MMEC meta, and before that there was a Xingqiu meta. I think we're going to have a Shenhe meta for quite a bit.
Yeah, if this week is any indication anyway, there is a huge lot of Wanderer decks, and Shenhe SC also remains as popular. Remains in use.
I mean, we're going to see quite a lot of Shenhes either way. I mean, Wander Swirl decks need Shenhe, Shenhe SC need Shenhe, and then there's also a few other decks that need Shenhe, like Eula Freeze. So,
yeah.
Excuse me.
Well, that's you.
Got the sniffles on me for a bit. But yeah, our 5-0 today is guaranteed to be a Shenhe deck. And then our 4-0s today are also guaranteed to be some type of Shenhe deck.
Oh,
actually, our entire 4-0
good.
and up are going to be Shenhe decks, so that's going to be interesting to see on the graphics. oh my god.
It's gonna be. Shoulda.
Man,
yeah,
I miss the days. I miss the days when Kirano somehow managed to get Grass Ito to work. But moving on from my reminiscing, our match here between our 3-0s is Birdie and Jibu. Birdie playing Shenhe SC, a staple deck. It needs no introduction. Jibu, on the other hand, is playing Shenhe double Anima with Wander and Sucrose.
Yep.
I think the thing about Sucrose over Xiao is Sucrose has less base damage because she doesn't have the 4 damage burst and also the enhancement. But Chaotic Entropy is quite powerful.
Yeah. We'll be able to get a soul here since they did swap out Shenhe. No dice to do so anyway. Oop. What? Oop. Wonder what's the whirlwind for?
I mean, like, probably didn't want to tune something, and then, like, the woven also... Oh, okay. Would have thought that Lust Dice would have been used to swap back to Shenhe to reset Icy Cools, but, like, that works too, I guess.
Yeah. And we're going to get to see how a deck with Seagrass and Wanderer would play out instead of Xiao and Wanderer.
What I want to know though is that why did Jibu decide to play the Woven instead of tune something else in their hand? Like, is their hand really that good to reveal like a critical card like Woven this early on?
That's true though. Woven, one extra dice in any tight situation can do a lot.
Yeah, like, it could have been used like a lot later, but I don't know. Like, what cards does Jibu have that like they just needed to play it? But like Birdie is in a tough spot here because like they don't really want to stay on riding because it's like that just gives a free swirl, but they also don't want to swap to Shenhe because like if they do, Sucrose will just swap her off.
Yeah, and Shenhe is already at 5 HP, so a skill
Like,
would bring her to 2.
Yeah, bring her to 2, and like, oh, okay. I was gonna say like swapping to Changyu, which is your late game sweeper, is also not ideal because like you just take 3 damage, and then like Shenhe also eats Crow, get taken to 2 HP, or like Riding gets taken to 8. I mean 6. I'm not exactly sure who the quill stack is distributed to. Kind of curious now. Does it get taken to Riding or Super? Yeah, like, I think it's Riding because usually they do it to the character on the right. And Shenhe currently is the leftmost character. So I think it should be Riding that eats the quill stack.
Well, I suppose we'll be able to see whether it goes to the next character or to the previous character.
Or we don't need to worry about it at all. I think now, maybe now, like, you just go Shenhe. Okay, never mind. Just going to skill on Shangyan.
Yeah.
Bring Shenhe within a one-shot range of, like, a Cry Res or Shenhe skill. Oh, we're gonna respond, okay.
Alright. I'm not
yeah, there you
sure
go.
about leaving Shenhe.
I mean, like,
Lido this early is that good.
I mean, Shenhe just reset the quill stack, so it's not that bad, and like now Jibu can go onto Sucrose and get enough, get a swirl off.
That's true though.
But like that will swirl into the Chongyun, I mean into Shenhe, and then like I think if that's the case, Birdie ends his turn early, plays Star Signs, and then next turn you get the Shenhe burst down. Yeah, there you go. That's a Sucrose skill.
Yeah.
I think one thing to worry about though is woven into I haven't lost yet, but that might not be a concern, because that would like Jibu would need to have half his hand dedicated to that combo, which is very unlikely, especially because he's already played a woven. But like Birdie's characters are quite low now. This is dangerous, especially because like Jibu's are still quite healthy.
Yeah, and so here might be able to just take out Chongyun off field.
I think yeah, Icicles would be enough actually. Yeah. And Chongyun currently is the rightmost character, so the Icicle stack will go on to him.
And you would just be left with Raiden.
Yeah, like Raiden and Shenhe. And like Raiden would get one shot by a skill from Sucrose as well. But like if you go Raiden, that's also bad because you're just giving a free swirls. Like, but if you go on Chongyun, that's like the best remaining option. That way, if they entropy, you Star Signs burst, and if they go on Wanderer, you could Star Signs burst, which would still be quite good. Or like Star Signs Crow's burst, which would put him on a one shot. Alright. Okay. Does swap into Raiden? I don't know if this is a play.
If they single skill here, or swap the Chongyun. So that could be the reason why it's swapped to Raiden here.
Yeah, there it is. Then Shenhe eats a stack as the rightmost character. And then I think what you do is you Star Signs burst. which would be enough to lethal. But then, like, you do this, and then Wander comes in. Wander comes in and skills, which would lethal both your Chongyun and your Shenhe. And, like, if Jibu has Gamblers in hand, which we know he's running, it's like, it's a free... Oh, there it is. I think that's GG's. Oh, Fresh Wind and Freedom, too. Okay, no, that's definitely a GG's.
Birdie didn't have any defensive options in
yeah,
hand
like,
either.
Just Birdie didn't manage to draw any food. Here it is. Just like a normal attack or a skill. There you go. Bonk. GG's.
Bonk.
I think like that game showed us potentially why Jibu decided to pick Sucrose over Xiao. Like the force swaps of Sucrose's skill like really disrupted Birdie's game plan. Like didn't allow him to get Shenhe summon up when he wanted it. Actually, didn't even get a summon at the entire game, which really neutered the pressure of that deck.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they managed to get Birdie got it for a Ride and Burst either. Did they?
No, I don't believe he did.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that force swapping is quite annoying to deal with. Like, because if you swap back to your character, like you're just eating free damage. But like if you don't, you're giving them a free swirl, and like especially with Icicles, it's a 2 damage swirl instead of just 1 damage. It's quite threatening.
Yeah, and they did manage to apply pressure to the Sucrose or do enough damage that the Sucrose just was allowed to constantly be alive and let Wanderer sit in the back.
Yeah.
Just like.
Ooh, this is like a spicy matchup. It's like an Agent Dehya Overload deck versus Asus Rola's Yaoyao Quicken. Currently, Yaoyao Quicken is like very much in the lead though. Agent would need Adeptus Burst to lethal Yaoyao. Here you go, bonk. Just get the summon out. Probably just gonna do like a fast swap. Danger Res skill onto Fizzle. Proc the stack. You know, they swap right in, like you just Danger Res swap. I do believe Danger Res works with Yaoyao's stacks. What are they called again? Let me check real quick. They are called Adepto Legacy. I do believe it works on Adepto Legacy stack, which would lethal Raiden on the swap.
Yeah. Though if lag has the Robin here, I guess they could skill and hope Ace Rolla swaps to official. And
the thing is, like, it wouldn't. Yeah, no, that's true. Because like, if they skill again and with a Woven, it would refresh. And the Adepto Legacy would lower it to 1. But if that's the case, maybe Ace Roller just Danger as Varnara passes the turn.
That's true.
Or like Danger as normal attacks, right? And then like, you're still a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, not much. I guess there's not much reason to swap the official either.
Actually, wait, no. Swapping official would be completely safe because Adepto Legacy heals for 1, which would be out of burst range without Adeptus.
Ooh, well,
and Oz gets sent
off.
Gamblers. Okay.
But
if you're Ace Roller,
entered.
if you're Ace Roller, you swapped official, Danger Res, and summon Oz. That's the play.
Yeah.
Yeah, Danger Res? No, Danger Res. Come on, Danger Res. Danger Res for me.
Got it.
Yeah. There it is. Actually, it might have been better Danger Res first, because then like you get to preserve a Quicken stack, because there was one where you swapped over. What if I had Danger Res first? It's fine though, because you're guaranteed lethal, and then like you just official burst and it's game.
Yeah, and agents lethal, so.
Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
Raiden left on just 1 HP, and then like you just burst with official. It would go through a Lotus, and that just like guarantees you the game. There we go. I mean, like, I don't know, maybe this. I said earlier that you should run more Electro with this deck because like Yaoyao has so much application with like her burst and stuff. But I mean, this game right here is showing the argument for Dendro Res. Like, just the extra damage is quite strong.
Mm.
There we go.
Yeah, that's
Midnight
true.
Phantasm.
Actually, running Electro was
Like, I think it's less for the Electro Res because like you don't care that much for the burst in this deck, but
yeah.
like you
That's
just
why.
want more Electro because Yaoyao gives you a lot with her burst.
Yeah, I was thinking about like the difference of running Dendro Resonance to Electro Resonance when you didn't really care about your boost
But
when
yeah,
you had the Dendro Resonance
but like
previously.
that Dendro Resonance is so strong. Like a free 2 extra damage that works on like every source as long as you do a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Quite good, quite good.
Yeah, especially with it working on summons,
Yeah, like
which Dendro likes a lot.
it also gives you 1 extra stack of any Dendro related thing. Like it give you an extra bloom core, it'll give you an extra stack of catalyzing, it'll even like give you an extra burning field. Quite powerful actually.
Yep.
Dendro Res has gotta be up there.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see some more Quicket. Very exciting gameplay that. Doo-doo. I think now with a little bit of downtime. What action card is your favorite from the bunch?
From the new cards,
Yeah, from the new cards. I know earlier you said Wander was like your favorite overall, but what about like the action cards? Which one do you think is your favorite?
I'm going to say Fresh Wind and Freedom because there's Fenty on the card.
Does it have Venti on the card?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's in the background. I see it. I see it. Like, and he has
He,
wings. It's
he's
like it's hugging the platform or the
he's
thing.
in this he's in this Arcane outfit too, which is like beautiful. He looks great, and with the winds all around. Okay, the card art just looks really cool.
Yeah,
Like the card art for this game is just fantastic.
yeah. And I didn't even notice Venti was there before. Damn. I think for me, I think Dehya is the one I'm most looking forward to, because Dehya, it gives us like our second Pyro summon, and like it's a 3-turn one as well with some damage reduction implemented into it. But the thing I find the most fun about Dehya is with Wolf's Gravestone. Dehya can 2-tap someone with Burst, assuming no healing and they don't swap off.
Hmm. Interesting. I haven't seen Wolf's Greystone be used in a while either.
Yeah, like Wolf's Gravestone kind of like fell off when Noel decks, where like after the bell was released and like Ito kind of took over. But I think it's still
Yeah,
quite a strong claymore.
it's well interesting because it used to be Noel's go-to option in a Noel deck, but ever since the Bell came out
Yeah, like it's just
and
the bell's a
Ito,
lot more popular. I think like Ito's taken over Noel's job in like basically every deck. Like if there's a deck that you would normally run Noel, you play Ito instead. I
and you
think
can run an Ito and a Noel, then you can have two of them
yeah, I mean
if
like you can
one
also
gets
run both.
Ito'd.
That's an option. But like would you still choose to run Noel and Bin? Like, what if instead you got yourself a Hydro Res and played Mona instead? Because like, Wind and Freedom isn't really not like something to consider anymore. Or maybe instead of running like Noel, you run Zhongli. You know,
Mm.
I don't
I
know, something to
remember.
consider.
I think I remember like in like I'm not sure it was when. I'm not sure when it was, but there's a few patches ago where before Ben appeared, that was double Hydro Ito,
Yeah,
which
yeah, I
was
remember
the
that.
deck.
That's when like Gravestone was being used over the bell because the bell wasn't released yet. Or no, was it released and it just wasn't popular? I can't remember. It was one or the other. Anyways, moving on though, we have the Dehya Burgeon deck versus Shenta Double Anemo, the Wanderer Zhao variant, which is the most prominent one we've seen today.
Mm-hmm.
Dice roll's looking okay. They're also running Kokomi, which Hydro Cleanse is like one of the most annoying things to deal with in
Yeah,
the Shenhe deck.
shouldn't Animo deck, especially.
Oh, and like there's also I believe this deck was running Joyous Celebration if I remember correctly. So
Oh,
like
yeah.
they can oh no, swapping to Yaoyao though, won't be able to get the cleanse. Oh, and we get to see the damage reduction in action there.
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah.
this is gonna get a burning, okay.
Oh, set up the summons.
Yeah, and he's blasted up Kokomi. I think based off what this deck is looking like, I think what they're going for is that you set up Dehya summon and Yaoyao summon, set up a burning field, and then you get Kokomi summon combined with the burning field to get a vaporize.
Yeah.
That's quite creative, actually. Yeah, looking at the deck again, it's like they're running Ancient Helm and like Favonius Cathedral for the stall options. There's a lot of healing in this deck, and also Dehya provides damage reduction. Also running.
He's like a try to stop Saw here and see if Kokomi's gonna go for the Yo regardless, but well, Kokomi's gonna self-freeze herself at base skill here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
I gotta get
Kokomi would self-freeze, but like this also cleanses, so like you would avoid a fast swap into like a swirl, but it does give Shenhe Shatter. 5 damage is quite a lot, especially because like burst is up. I mean, you have War, and there's also an artifact. Oh, it's just a normal helm, alright. And the summons will deal quite a lot of damage, but Rissa's going to swap off, question mark? No, chooses to take it, okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. Yeah, there's burning. Okay, Yugui expired, and then the Faith. Oh wow, if Rissa didn't eat that hash brown, that Shenhe would be gone. So quite lucky that they had it.
Yeah.
Quite scary, actually. Damn, 7 damage end phase. Reminds me of back in MMEC when you get the full board of summons.
Yeah.
Flashbacks to those times.
Oh, the waters, everything, MMEC, all the top decks.
And then Rissa's deck, just like a standard list. I think the thing we pointed out though is like the heavy strike earlier, obviously, with the Wander 5 damage normal with wind favored. Ooh, fast swap. There we go. Yeah, there you go. That's the swirl.
Yep.
Rip. Okay, Sumeru City. Getting the cleanse.
Ooh.
I don't know if I like that. Wait, why is there Pyro? I thought Joy Celebration was changed to only apply element if you already had one. So they shouldn't have gotten Pyro. Unless I remember the patch notes wrong. Oh wow, Fresh Wind and Freedom into like a Gambler's normal. That is scary.
Yeah.
Kokomi gets the burst here, heal a little bit, but I think this is just Jover. Because Shenhe summon like will vape for 3, Kokomi will be on a 1-shot, and then like, oh okay, just in a sec with Dehya. Alrighty. But yeah, no, Kokomi can't 1v3, especially because like Wander has burst ready. And turn priority, so we'll be able to go first and just nuke Kokomi. Here we go.
Yep.
And this will deal 4, Wander lives on exactly 1. Yeah, Rissa did some good math there. And Wander Burst does exactly 7. Oh wait, no, but Kokomi is Helm, so we'll live on 2. Alright, game's not quite over yet.
But there is 10 HP Xiao in the backdrop.
There is a 10 HP Xiao in the background. Xiao is a character that exists, and Shenhe's there too. But yeah, no, this is going to bring Kokomi to 2 HP, and oh, nope, never mind, a Deftness. There it is, 10 damage burst.
Yep. Goodbye.
Bye-bye, Kokomi. And Rissa takes the game. Damn. I think like wander into stall is just something we've seen. Like Slug gets completely obliterated into Wanderer decks. So like
Yeah.
they're just not able to avoid reactions.
Is there currently a good matchup against Wanderer? Is the thing I'm
I don't
thinking
know,
about.
play Cleave Eighth, I guess, kill him first.
That's true.
But yeah, that's something to consider. I mean, like now that like EU and Asia have seen it, like tomorrow and the day after, we'll have to see if people come up with counters to the strongest deck we've seen so far, or whether or not they'll just play the same thing and just win in the mirror. But with all of that said, we'll take a quick look at the bracket once more and then take a short break before round 5.
Alright. Mario takes the loss against Rissa. I think Leo dropped. Haunty loses. And we just saw Rissa versus Lano.
Jibu takes the win against Birdie, so he'll be one of the people in contention for the 5-0. Can't remember what the other matchup was, so I'll have to take a look at that.
Yeah. Let's take a look at scores.
Ooh, it is Jibu and 906. Alright. One of those two will be our 5-0, and both of them are running the Shenta Double Unimo with Wanderer, although 906 is running with Xiao, while Jibu is running with Sucra, so we'll see which one of those variants is superior. Although
Or
from
which
my
one of them plays better.
Although from my experience with the matchup, it's just whoever goes first wins.
So
Yeah.
it also could be the power of luck.
The power of luck compels you. Luck is also skill.
Yes.
We'll see how that matchup goes soon, though, but before that, we're going to just take a short break and we'll be right back.
For round 5. Hello, we're back again, and we're ready up for the next round,
Yes,
which I
yes.
think we managed to get reboot plus 906.
Yeah, Jibu and 906 are four O's, and one of them will be taking home the 5-0, as well as 15 USD of in-game purchases. Just a reminder with their decks, they're both running Shenta Double Animo. Jibu is running it with Sucrose, while 906 is running it with Xiao.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at their hands though, Jibu has a nice start with double Liu Su. While 906 has a Lyman in hand, I couldn't quite catch what else there was. Ooh, Dice Roll and Jibu side looking pretty nice actually. Getting a 3 Omni, 2 Animo, and a Cryo. Quite nice, quite nice. Also get to start first, so that's really nice. No fast swap though, so I can't quite guarantee a swirl round 1, but that's okay. Choose to roll away the Animo, alright. 906 hide, Lyman Varnar, alright. And 2 I haven't lost yet, so you don't really want that early.
Yeah. We'll go for a little bit of slower start to start and sale, I think.
Yeah. Ooh, Jibu choose to go for a normal attack. Smart of 906 to go on Xiao, because if Jibu had a fast swap, what would have happened is it would have Shenhe's skill into fast swap Sucro's skill, but starting off on Xiao makes it that's no longer possible. So like you just swap Shenhe and you would completely avoid a reaction. So that's really smart of 906 to do.
Yeah, and now Jibu doesn't have enough dice to potentially do that.
Yeah, just get the skill off. Now, what does 906 do? They don't actually have enough dice to Shenhe's skill, so that's unfortunate. I don't think they want a normal attack either. Probably just tune 1 I haven't lost yet. Oh! Tune the Lyman. Okay.
Ooh.
Alright.
I suppose they're not looking to could potentially get off us for here.
I think what I would have done is tune an I haven't lost yet to skill and then do Lyman Varnara pass. That way it could have came into next round with 11 dice and do like a skill burst or like a normal burst. And then potentially like draw myself a fast swap and then go wander a skill. But now like you're kinda locked out of it. You don't need like you have 4 dice remaining. It's like, what, you tune again normal Varnarada? That's, like, not as good.
And now, well, you can't slow since she boot up 1 dice and just use it to swap. Yeah, tuning Lyman definitely didn't really seem like that much of a good idea. Looks like they're gonna go for the normal attack, the energy. And not tune their entire hand for the skill.
Yeah, just like... I think tuning your entire hand for a skill is like a bad idea. Oh, Moon Piercer. Okay. That is That's a spicy thing to throw in the deck. Okay. Moon Piercer, for those of you who do not know, is the same as, what is it called again?
King Squire.
King Squire, there you go. The name was the tip of my tongue. Basically, what happens is you play the card for 3 white, and then it reduces the cost of your next skill by 2 dice. So it's basically a 1 cost plus 1, and then it just acts as a white tassel for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
So it's like a really easy way to increase your damage.
Plus 1 for 1 dice.
Yeah,
and
it's quite nice.
Yeah, plus 1 damage for as long as the Moon Piercer wielder is alive.
I think like it's an interesting conversation as well of what's the better anchor, because obviously Shenhe's there to provide the cryo, and then like you have Wander to provide your swirls, but when it gets into the late game situations, like would you rather have Xiao or would you rather have Sucrose? But like Xiao obviously like deals more damage with the burst, like which like is 4 base and also increases your animal damage by 1. But like Sucrose has chaotic entropy, and as well as the fast swaps, so might not be as good in the 1v1s, but is quite better before you get there.
Mm.
Yeah, Jibu just gonna skill the Wonder, get that charged up. With Liu, now it's
Yeah.
like 1 away from the really threatening burst. 906 like can't really stay. Yeah, just swaps to Shenhe to get the burst ready. Jibu could respond and do the same, because like if Shenhe is going to burst, you might as well do the same. Also, could fast swap and skill on Sucrose as well, which would charge burst with Liu Su, would deny like the burst, would force 906 to swap back and waste dice. Would also like, get like another swirl off,
Yeah.
bring everyone like, down lower. Would need to tune quite a bit of his hand for it though.
Oh, there's a lot of potential options, though. All of them require tuning.
Yep. I think what you would really like now though is like a star sign. Just annihilate the Shenhe right now with burst.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Does Jibu have star signs in his deck?
Yeah, or Calx Arts, either one.
Yeah.
Yeah, not running it though, from what I can tell. Yeah, it's not there.
Yep.
Unfortunate.
Only
it was going
has
for the.
Ivan
We'll go for the
yet.
fast swap Sucrose play instead. Yeah, tune the Leo, won't need that anymore. Probably one of the gamblers. Yeah, there we go. There's the skill. And then most likely using the last dice to swap back onto Shenhe, or perhaps just ending the turn, play the gamblers on Wanderer.
Yeah.
If Jibu is really lucky, he's going to top deck Entropy. Could you imagine? Like, you get Entropy, and then, like, you swap Shenhe and you burst, and, like, now your swirls do 4 damage. What a gamer.
Yeah.
What a gamer that would be.
We'll see if Jibu has a skill of luck. No, he will swap off to Wanderer here.
Yeah, swaps up to Wander to deny, like, the off-field swirl, and then now 906 is going for the Shenhe burst. Jibu just ends turn. Alright, fair play.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and now
906
is
tune their entire hand. There's the Varanara. And there's the burst.
Looks like they tuned all their Varanara.
I mean, yeah. Wander's being brought down pretty low now. That is, like, within Moonpiercer range. On the other hand, though, like, Jibu can get a swirl on Xiao, bring Xiao down to 3 HP, and also bring Wander down to 4, which is, like, quite a nice break point. I don't think Jibu didn't draw Entropy, unfortunately, so, like, won't have that up the back pocket. Dice not looking very great either. Only one animal dice to play around with. I think like the most optimal way you play this turn is like you just normal attack, swap Shenhe, tune 1, and burst. I think that's the best you can make of this situation. On the other hand, 906 has godly dice.
Well, she's like 906 a superior skill block for this round.
Yeah, just like what a gamer. What an absolute gamer. I think like Jibu also might be worrying about their Wanderer getting one-tapped by Moonpiercer Xiao before burst. That might be the one reason they think of not normal attacking.
Yeah.
I think that if you're not doing that, like you swap no, just goes for it. Alright, there you go. And then now there's the burst. Everything is within threat. What does 906 do? Can't fast swap onto Wanderer and normal because like Sucrose has no elements. If you're fast swap, you're going to Xiao. Chooses just reset quills. Oh, it does do 4 because summon plus quill stack.
Plus the burst,
Yeah, plus the burst. Jibu has 2 options here. You either go Shenhe and like you just burst, or you go Sucrose, you tune 3, play gamblers, and you skill. And then like after that you can change and shift Shenhe burst.
Yeah.
The thing is, you
Well,
need
mean
to
that-
tune 3.
Yeah, and plus gamblers would mean that you only have one card left in your hand. If you
Yeah,
die some
like-
twitch again next turn, you're gonna have so little options.
Does
Oh,
choose
what
to
you're
play
gonna
it
be able to
safe
do
and just go
with dice.
Shenhe. I think like you tune. I think you tune the. Okay, it does tune the changing shifts. I would have thought potentially tuning the Adeptus.
Oh yeah, the Adapters definitely, because the remaining
Or
two
no, sorry,
bursts
that's not
don't
Adeptus.
do
That's
that much damage.
Tandoris. That's Tandoris.
Oh,
if that was-
Tandoori. Oh.
If that was Adeptus, Jibu would have played it and then would have Gamblers bursted with Freshman and Freedom.
Oh, yeah. Well, Lido Tsunoda.
But yeah, no, like
And
Slops the Wanderer now. I think you need to stay on Shenhe. Like you can't swap off here. You absolutely cannot. Yeah, it's just the Woven, probably Kun 1. Yeah, there goes the Tandoori, and just normals. Alright. What might have been a better play on Jibu's side is instead of doing... No, because it doesn't do 3 damage. Shenhe would have only done 2 because no quills. I was going to say, like, you Tandoori's in skill with Gamblers, you lethal the Shenhe, and then just skill again, or burst. But Shenhe burst only does 2 base, so you can't do that. There you go, that's the skill on 906's Wanderer. Jibu just forced to end her with no options remaining. 906 likely just going to swap off and have someone else eat the Shenhe summon. But if they do that, Jibu next round, like, Gamblers, Fresh Wind, and Freedom, skill, and that's game.
Yeah.
906 got a Thunketh here. Really
What's
thinking.
that? Well, 906 tap as cards, because I think there's a food option here. It might be a defense
There is
card.
Mondstadt Hash Brown. The thing is, they either like eat Mondstadt Hash Brown on Wander, bring him 4 HP, Shenhe summon like breaks him back down to 2, in which case it's still within lethal range, or you swap, but then like it's also within lethal range. 906 is guaranteed to lose 2 characters start of next round because of Fresh Wind and Freedom.
Wait, that's... Dude, if Jibu had a fresh...
Wait, if
fast swap
Jibu
here...
top decks a fast swap. Oh, okay, not that big of a game.
Yeah, if there was a fast swap here, you just fast swap these sequels, and then everyone pushes and so
Yeah, like it just an insta kill. But this is fine. Like you Gamblers, Fresh Wind and Freedom, normal, and like 906 is left on 1 character, and you win anyways. This is fine. But the dice once again looking pretty cringe, as the experts would call it.
Yeah. Hopefully you get some good dice here, because Jibu only doesn't have that much cards, and you really want to play Gamblers. Well, I suppose at least you can do the normal attacks.
But yeah, no, I think like what you do here, you Gamblers, Fresh Wind and Freedom, and then you normal attack, and then you skill, and then that way your skill now does 4 damage. As long as the opponent doesn't have Lotus, you just 1 shot. But worst case scenario, you just normal attack twice and you win anyways. There's the Gamblers.
Yeah.
There's the Wind and Freedom. There's the normal attack. Reset your dice. There you go.
2. And now you have actual good dice.
Yeah. And then I think you skill, and then like Tandoori skill, because the refresh 2 guarantees you the game no matter what. As long as they don't have like an Ito burst. But even then, you just Tandoori skill on Sucrose and you win anyways. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah. Or you just normal attack here.
Yeah, normal attack would work too. Yeah, it does do the skill because it does do more damage. 906 though does have the Eye of Unlost Yet, as well as an Adeptus Temptation. I think like they know this game is over, so like you might as well, right? Like just do the fun. I mean, it's not over. Actually, no, it's not over. They shouldn't do Adeptus because that's a bad play because there is Woven in hand.
Oh.
Burst normal does win them the game.
They do have food. Oh,
Through the
Lotus.
Lotus as well.
Yeah.
Burst normal would have won the game, but like, obviously Jibu has Tandoris, so it's a win anyways, because this is 3 base, plus 2, which is 5, would go through a Lotus. What 906 needed to do is, with that Woven, they needed to gamble a burst normal, and just pray that Jibu doesn't have Woven or Tandoris. That would have been the correct play, which I think is like the only line that would win them the game. But now, obviously, like they use to strategize. They did pull another Woven, so they can still do it in theory. But there's not enough HP or dice on their hand. Yeah, there we go. Has to eat the Lotus.
Yeah.
Choose a normal attack. All right. I mean, I think Shen had just Tandoori skill, which should be enough. Yeah, there's the Tandoris.
Yeah,
And there's the skill.
Burst. Yep.
GG's. I think like
GG.
I think Jibu proved like that Sucrose is the better third character. Like on top of matching Xiao's 3 damage base, the force flops like forced 906 to play suboptimally.
Yeah, those force flops really damage the opponent's game plan.
Yeah, like it just really disrupted what 906 wanted to do. But like great play from both of them. 906 found an alternate line that I didn't see, where normal skill with Icy Coals would have been enough to win. Although Jibu could have just swapped off, and then with no win favor stacks remaining, it would have been fine to just skill on Sucrose. But yeah, like congratulations to Jibu for winning the 5-0 of our first tournament for 4.1. Very, very exciting. Other than that, though, like, we've seen a lot of Shen double Animo, but which deck in particular gave you the strongest impression so far?
Wait, of the Shen double Animos, or just like a deck in general?
Just every deck.
Every deck. It was definitely the Yaoyao Quicken, I think.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yaoyao Quicken was rather spicy, because like with a Dendro summon that's on skill now, like you can get the Quicken stacks a lot faster than before. On top of the healing. That's like quite a spicy deck. I like it. I think like I think on my end, like, it's a little bit basic because we've been seeing it so much, but it has to be Shenhe double Anemo. Wander has like completely revolutionized how that deck plays, because like now you can swirl without like having to smack the on-field character, which makes the deck a lot more threatening.
Yeah.
Because like
you're not just threatening the on-field character now, you're threatening the character that's next to it.
It really solved the problem that Shen Double Nemo had before, which was like it had a really hard time getting off its first swirl, and Wander makes that a lot easier.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, Shenhe is still strong as ever. What can I say?
True.
Expect to see a lot more of her in the near future.
Yeah.
God. Such a generically strong character. Alright. And like, I think after that 5-0 game, we'll just take a look at the deck. Here it is. It's Jibu Toxide's Windy Iceberg 2. The second variation. The deck list is like looking pretty standard for what you would expect from a Shen Double Anemo deck. You got like the Gamblers, you got the Liabin, you got the Liu Su. Fresh Wind and Freedom is like just a generically strong card. You got your Dice Fixers. You got Tandoori's Chicken.
Boss Swap.
And obviously the Chaotic Entropy, like a must include for any Sucrose deck. We didn't get to see it played today though, because Jibu didn't draw it, but It's quite a strong card.
Yeah. Maybe we can play it. Maybe we can manage to play it.
Yeah, maybe like
Option of burst and Sugo's to get 2+2 and Sugo's burst lasts for 3 usages and not 2 like Shana, so it can withstand at least a send off.
Yeah, it's like send off
Potentially.
resistant. But
And
like
it
hopefully
lasts longer.
yeah, like if we see this deck tomorrow, hopefully we'll get to see Chaotic Entropy being played. Speaking of tomorrow, just a quick reminder once again that if you want to play in these tournaments, you have plenty of options. If you want to play this week in particular, though, we'll have a tournament tomorrow at 6 p.m. CST, and as well as another one on October 1st, 2 p.m. JST. And as a big shout out to our partners at KQM, this tournament, as well as the Majors project and all of that, is a joint project between us and our good old friends at Kuching Mains. If you want to check out guides for your favorite characters, go visit them. And if you want to play in our tournaments, you can join us at our Discord at discord.gg/GITCG.
Yep.
I think with that, though, we'll bring the tournament to a close. Any final words, Turtle?
I love animal. Poggers.
Based. Very based. I think
maybe
with
I'll
that,
hate animal by the end of this patch though.
You know, like, too much of a good thing is a bad thing. I think that's a saying, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's exciting to see double Animo after so long, but if we see too much of it, maybe it'll become a little bit frustrating. We'll have to see. I think, like, with that being said, though, I'll bring this stream to a close. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.